Hello and welcome. I am Boetic and this is my survival world. Today we're going to be talking all about these things right next to me, bees and beehives. We're going to make a quick and easy bee farm or honey farm and go from there, and also share some tips and tricks to working with bees while you're doing it. So let's get started with that. I have been breeding up some bees over here. The first trick here, if you want to leave bees inside their nest and not have them come out, you can put a block in front, like a fence gate, and as long as that fence gate is shut, they can't get out of this beehive. But as soon as I open this, the bees are going to come out. So they also can't get back in with it shut either. So if you don't want bees in, you can lock them out that way. But we'll go ahead and open that back up. Let them go back in when they're done. I am going to go ahead and grab this nest here. Pick that up. And we're going to walk over here behind, and we're going to just build out a quick little bee farm. Or honeybee. Honey farm is what I'm going for there. Alright, so in order to do this, I'm going to just use a little bit of glass. We're going to put a glass block down, and then we're going to put these cherry leaves, because they'll treat that as if it's a flower, so they can use that to get honey. And then go ahead and put that there, make it to where we can block them out. I'm actually going to put one on top of that. Open this up as well. I'm going to place the beehive on that back block and then quickly put in the stained glass here, so we lock any bee that might come out on this block. Alright, so we've got a few bees there. This is a full beehive as well, and what we need to do is we need to find out what the level of that beehive is. So I'm just going to put some blocks here so we kind of have a way of finding out. I'm going to throw down my ender chest right there. Go ahead and grab my redstone box, throw it down, so we've got something to work with. So we're going to use a comparator to pull the signal out, and when a beehive is full, it puts out a signal of 5. So let's grab some redstone dust and just go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one's powered on, that one is not powered. So we've got a signal of 5. And what we need to be able to do here is throw a bottle into that. So what we can do, we can come out 2, and then we can come back. If I'm using glass, I can actually do this all with glass, which is kind of neat. We can come there, go up one there. So that's 1, 2, 3, and because we're using glass and it won't split the redstone, that would be 4, 4 and 5. So then we would just need to take, let me grab a dispenser. Oh, I've already got one. And we'll point that dispenser down at the beehive there. And now we need to grab a repeater. And let's see, do I have any bottles on me? No, let's grab some bottles real quick. Alright, so let's just grab a stack of bottles. Let's set those in there. And so now when I place down this repeater, it's going to power this dispenser. It's going to use the bottle on the beehive, and that's kind of the basics to our farm. Alright, so now that is not a full beehive anymore. And the interesting thing is the honey bottle went back in here. So one of the things you have to do is you've got to fill this dispenser with honey bottles for this to work the way it needs to. So if we have honey bottles in every one of these slots. Now, or when we have bottles in every one of these slots, the honey bottle has nowhere to go, so it's going to pop out at the bottom. So then we can take a hopper and grab it. So let's do this real quick. Grab my Silk Touch pick, pop that out. Let's go grab another one of those beehives real quick. And show you what I'm talking about now. So if we come here and we place this beehive right there, this time it's going to power this dispenser, but the bottle should end up in here. All right. And we've got the bottle. So that's really, when it comes to creating a honey farm, that's really all there is to it. Just grabbing the power, powering a dispenser, making sure it's full, that's the key, and then just being able to catch the bottle. So, very basics, that's all there is to it. From there, you can stack these next to each other and do 3, 4, however many you want. Another thing is, if you're not using glass here, you might need to replace this block with a slab. So if you replace that with a slab, because if this was a full block, it's going to cut off that redstone right there. So if you use a slab, it will not cut off that redstone, and your redstone signal will carry all the way up like it's supposed to. See? So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this same design, stack it a couple next to each other, and over there in one of our towers, I think, go ahead and put in a couple of these. So as we're building, we can be gathering up some honey bottles for us to make honey blocks. The other thing that you can do with these is if you put shears in here, it will do the exact same thing. So we could have not only honey bottles, but have one of these slots be shears. And what will that will do is it will give us a 1 in 9 chance that it's going to use the shears on this beehive instead of the honey bottles. And then you'll get some of the honeycomb as well. So if you need honeycomb for something, that's a good way to do it. But it works the exact same way. You just gather up the signal. When it comes to the shears, you can also use the shears every time that the value changes, so it doesn't have to be as big of a farm here. You can actually just have it be just 2 blocks deep and use a observer onto this piece of redstone, and then have another observer facing that one, and use the shears every time, because it'll only use the durability of the shears when there are honeycomb, or when there's honey in the beehive. So that's a good way to make it smaller if you wanted to just have honeycomb. So, all right, well, let me build up a quick bee farm over there by where we're building the castle, and I'll be back in just a second. All right, well, let's talk a little bit about this farm. So, as you can see, it's set up the exact same way as we talked about earlier. We have comparator running out, redstone up, and repeater running into the block right above these dispensers. It took me a little while, but I got enough glass from trading with my librarian villagers to fill up all of the dispensers here, and we're starting to get some honey bottles out of it. I used this is cherry wood around the outside here, and then some stripped cherry wood here, and we've got cherry leaves there Everything seems to be working really well. I'm happy with it. The other thing is, you'll notice we're somewhere that we haven't been before. Let's take a look at that real quick. So we are actually inside one of the towers for our castle that we talked about in the last episode. And now's a great time for me to show a few of the updates that we've done here. We've got a walkway between these two towers set up here. And this design is mirrored on both sides with a little roof covered walkway. We can go ahead and head up there real quick. I'm using scaffolding to get back and forth between floors, but this walkway goes across to this side, and there's another scaffolding down over here, and same setup here. So but yeah, this is I think this is turning out really nice. I'm gonna go a little bit higher with these towers, but let's just come over here and take a look from the other side as well. You can see kind of the design I'm going for on that walkway, and that's going to be kind of our wall design around the whole place. The other piece is I've gotten all the detailing done on our entry tower here, kind of a lookout tower for people coming in. The grand staircase is right here, and this is kind of the look I'm going for with a lot of these. I think this turned out really nice. I'm going to go ahead and go in here and take a look at the couple different floors. We'll come in and do the interiors here in a little bit, but just wanted to kind of give you a quick view of how the progress has been going on the castle here, and then we can just do a quick landing over here. And you can kind of see for scale and that kind of stuff what we're going for. It's coming along. I've got some other things I've marked out kind of where I want the next big building to be. It's kind of a 20 block by 20 block area right there. So that's going to be next. But yeah, I decided the first small farm that we've built, really great to go just right down here. Fits just fine in this area. Starting to get some honey bottles and honey blocks, and I think that's going to put us in a really good place. And we can start using those honey blocks for potentially an elevator through these towers is kind of what I'm thinking. So yeah. But I think that's going to do it for today. I really appreciate you watching and hanging out with me, learning all about the bees, making a bee farm. I'm going to need to do something over here. I've got a ton of bees over here, and I think it works pretty well. But yeah, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you want to see more videos like this and want to be notified whenever a new video comes out, go ahead and subscribe. I really appreciate y'all taking the time to hang out. Have a great day, y'all.